out. So
Wow.
I'm about to give up my relationship off of someone else's standards. Had nothing to do with me. And maybe during that time we were lusting, but at that time we were taking trips, we were doing stuff.
Exactly.
We were actually dating. Well, things probably were a little accelerated, but we were actually dating.
Still right, but you can't go on other people's timeline.
cannot
Because
go on
what works for
timeline.
one person may
Doesn't
not
work
work
for
for
the
you,
other.
and
Exactly.
vice versa. You can't base your relationship and your path on the next person's relationship or their path. Because everybody's standards are different. Everybody's views are different about what your standards should be. All those things are different. So you can't just say, this is the way I got to go. And thank God you didn't.
And then listen, I listened to it for a second. But then when he was like trying to come in, I was like, no. I was like, oh my God, okay, now you come on in.
At that point, you have to follow your heart.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I did.
And if your heart tells you, okay, this is a good guy. We've been dating let him come in.
And that's what I did. He came in, and now, 2 years later,
16 years.
16 years. There you go. And it's a beautiful thing. So I just think, when it comes to those kind of things, it's different for each person. I mean, someone like me who's single, just out here, just dating, I guess there's, I ask myself sometimes, is there a difference between what I'm feeling with this person versus that person? Because when you're dating, you're not always dating just that one person. Sometimes you're dating multiple people. So, I might have a little bit more feelings for this guy, and I might have, this guy may just
But why?
be
Is it because of the way that this guy looks, or, just what he's bringing to the table?
I think it's a combination of the two, honestly. I think sometimes it's a little bit of both. I think for me, it's stop, Lola. Sometimes I think for me, it's a little bit of, I like the way he looked, because sometimes it may start off with him, though I like the way he looked. I like the conversation.
He's got that swag.
He got some swag going on. The conversation always is like a telltale sign for
yes,
me.
Yes.
Definitely.
An intelligent conversation at
Absolutely.
that.
Exactly.
Because you got to know how to talk.
Especially like because I'm an entrepreneur and I like talking business. I like a man who can give that back to me.
Can feed that back to you. That's true.
As opposed to just sitting there like,
I have no idea what you're saying.
Right.
I cannot contribute to any of this. Exactly.
Where you say you work again?
But exactly. But I was going to say this. I remember, and my husband probably killed me for this, but for us,
He's not listening.
He may be listening. But for us, determining lust and love, we went celibate for a minute. And that really, we were celibate for a while.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And that increased the love part. So we were not only lovers.
Like a long time, like years?
Yes. Before we got married. Yes. So I put it on him, and then I took it back. But for that proved that we had a genuine relationship.
That was a test, that he wasn't there just for the physical.
Exactly. That wasn't just there for lust or love or whatever we were doing. That was at such a rapid pace. So we were able to have a relationship and move forward. I mean, and it made us strong. We realized we could be friends.
The funny thing is, I mean, what makes you say that makes me think about back in the day where, it goes back to the Bible, you have to be pure coming into your marriage. And if you think about a lot of the relationships where they did not engage, those marriages lasted so much longer because they had a chance to date, and that love had a chance to grow, and it wasn't based off the physical.
Exactly. You got a chance to know one another.
Exactly. And I think that's where a lot of our kids in today's generation, they get lost, because the first thing is, that's a booty bump.
Exactly.
I want to smash.
Exactly.
And once they do that, then they get bored. They don't want to know that person anymore because they've already, their mindset, they've already gotten what they have sought out to get. You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of relationships back in the day married for 50, 60 years.
Right, exactly.
Because it was based off of love, and it wasn't that whole, lust thing. Oh, I want to do it in the first week.
What's that about?
I don't know. I think
convenience.
I think back in the day, though, I think they lasted a long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And not because of just love, though. I think back then this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm
it
married.
goes back to the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to this is what I'm supposed to do. And they didn't all get married before they had sex, though. But they weren't all virgins. But the thing is, it's still, I think a lot of times they stayed because it's unheard of to get divorced. You know, it's just like it's frowned upon to do that. But I don't know. I just think it's different for everybody. Every couple is different. No two people are the same. And what worked for Peaches and Terry, that's great that it did. You 16 years later, you're still happy. You still love him, and I can see when you look at him. So that's always a great thing to have because you don't always get to have that,
right?
And you want to still have that lust, even when you're tired. Sometimes, sometimes you're tired, and even in a relationship. Just because I'm not married, even in a relationship, I love sex, but there are times I have been tired. I had kids, and we had crazy schedules, but maybe I'll just have a quickie. Maybe I'll tell myself I'll just do a quickie that night or something. And not always there, but there's such fine times to just figure it out.
I will say that did help because I could get out myself and I know how to just have a quickie. Mm-hmm. I know how just to make the quickie happen. Okay, this could be quick.
Tied to me is no quickie. Good night.
and that's okay.
And it's okay. I mean, sometimes it is. And sometimes it is okay, but there's so many, and I'm not saying I'm just doing it because there's so many women out there that would just take, that would just give it to them. Right. So it's like sometimes I got to get out myself. Because I could be tired every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm tired every day.
Exactly. We're always tired. So sometimes you just got to talk yourself up is what I'm saying.
Or sometimes I just say, if I'm tired, I'll say, okay, I'll hit you up in the morning.
Right.
No joke.
Oh, yes. I've done that. Yes.
My favorite time is in the morning. I prefer to do it like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. And I can remember doing it. That's so true.
That's for me. That's for me. So it's like, if it's at night, I'm like, I'm tired, but I promise you, I'll wake you up in the morning.
Exactly.
And then
give me a couple of hours of sleep.
Exactly. And then I say 5 because I got, I done built it some time. Right. My organization allowed me to put you on a schedule. So for me, I try to say, okay, if I'm not doing it tonight, then I'll do it in the morning, or I'm just asleep. You come to bed, I'm asleep.
I'm asleep.
So, if you don't want to do it, you go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You make sure you sleep by the time they get
my eyes real tight.
Right, we all have those little ways.
But I try to say, okay, because it's only so many times, because I don't want it to be a sexual frustration kind of thing. But you have to understand, if you feel like it's sexual frustration and that's how you feel, you're right. You have right to your feelings, but let me know. And this is why I may feel a certain way. So just communicate. Just communicate. So you gotta, if you can't hit up at night when they're ready, try to initiate it the next day to keep the spice alive. Because there's so many women out there that are ready to take them.
Right. So when you say that, and I think of lust, like lust is a very powerful emotion, I think, and I don't think people realize how
so right there in their face.
It's right there, especially now, y'all. Let's touch on this with social media.
I was ready to go
there. It's like,
I was ready to go there with social media.
Let's go there because social media is the devil.
It is.
I'm just convinced. I'm so serious. I mean, you have got to almost be like, I don't know. I'm just like, how do you even survive How do you even survive a relationship nowadays with social media and the women and the men? Trust. I mean, that trust thing. Oh my God! Because when you think about the lust of, the women and the half-dressed women, the women, everybody's in your DMing you, and everything is about, oh, he looks good. They see this physical, or she looks good, and they're dropping messages in your box. And if you have any insecurities going on in your relationship, man,
you need to stay off social media.
You need to not be on social media.
I know. There's 2 couples that I know. They're not even friends on social media.
Yeah,
really?
They're not even friends on social media. So it's not like he's doing anything. Right. No. You know what I mean? But just that extra pressure,
it's not even
have
there.
Your friends, exactly.
I have one girlfriend, her and her husband aren't friends on social media.
Yeah, and my husband and I, we're friends on social media. I even have a link that says married to, and it takes them to his page. I still get DM'd.
Yeah, because people
have no respect for that. But for me, I had to make the decision a long time ago because of the business that he's in. He could be at lunch. He can have a female client.
Oh, absolutely.
So for me, before that, I did have a little bit of jealousy and insecurity, but my jealousy came from me being insecure.
Right.
I had to be secure with myself. So I knew in the next relationship that I went into, that I had to be secure. So he could be at, you guys, Ronda could see him at lunch with someone and be like, I saw him at lunch with someone. I saw him but it could be a client.
Absolutely.
Who knows? But I can't.
But I would never tell you that.
Because
Of the business that he's in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you don't know. My mom always said, you don't know for sure. Don't go back and tell your girlfriend.
It's a different story if, he got him up in the corner, he got his
they on
tongue in
the same,
mouth.
right. That's a different story.
Then I'm going to send you a text.
Right. Snap the picture first. Give me evidence. So I don't just go in there talking blindly.
Exactly. You got to have the evidence to back it.
But then he may poop his pants because he may think she's me. No.
Right.
But all jokes aside, though, but I had to put that to the side. So when it comes to social media, whenever he posts something, I'll like it, but I don't really need comments. I don't even, it's like he's on there, but I don't go tracking him. I don't go see who's tagged him. I don't go do any of that.
Good.
Because if that's what you decide to do, you better think long and hard. It's like the Matrix. Take the red pill or the blue pill. And you better know what choice you're making.
And see, in my situation, me and my husband are friends, but I don't follow him. Like, he's off of my timeline.
Right.
And see, we're in business together, so I may post
my timeline.
Yeah,
and it's not because I've seen anything.
No, and it's probably better. So I think it may. I think
you don't need to get caught up in that because there's so many things you can list out of.
I don't care. He has friends. He had a life before me. He has his friends.
Before you.
Exactly. The whole 9 yards. But this again. We're okay with this.
Exactly, because that works
Flip
for you.
the script.
Exactly.
What our husbands be.
Exactly. It gets a little funky.
It gets
But
real
I
crazy.
do believe that whoever's your friend, whoever he has a female friend or a friend of the opposite sex, should be a friend of yours.
Absolutely not.
No?
You don't need to be friends. You don't need to be friends with
I don't want to be friends with anybody that's not my friend.
I don't mean friends.
You can know of.
I mean know of. You can know
he has female friends before you. Like just regular female friends.
If they're not my friends, I don't want to be friends with them.
I don't mean friends.
I'm like
on
not like that. Not like that. No. You don't need that many extra folk friends.
No.
I don't mean that.
Because most of your friends on Facebook and Instagram aren't.
I don't have 1,000 friends.
You know, they're associates, people you knew, or was a familiar.
But
with
I'm just saying,
else.
like, if there's a female friend, like a actual friend or someone that he's chatting it up with, they should be friends. They should.
You should know of them. They're not secret friends.
Exactly.
So no, it's. I just think social media. Miranda's like it's fine, and everyone's different. It's okay. We don't have to always.
Right,
agree.
but I just think social media brings a whole other level because women. Boobs hanging out, everything is there. I mean, bodies changes have taken our bodies. I mean, time has taken over our bodies.
I know. I can't fit my clothes from last winter. Whatever, girl. I'm at spin right now every 3 days a week so I can fit my winter clothes. I mean, shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, gravity taking over. I'm sorry, not for Ronda.
But listen, everything ain't as perky as it used to be. You know, I'm saying,
I'm trying to take care of myself.
I try to take care of myself, exactly.
But I'm doing it for me.
Right.
You know, because you can't expect
who you met
18 years ago or something like that is going to be the same person you met.
But guess what? Where you hanging, he's hanging too.
Exactly.
I just think
I said to my husband one night, I said, "Oh, baby, I love your stomach." He said, "I love yours too."
I love that. You know what I'm saying?
So
that's what I love.
That is cute.
But I looked at him and I was like, "Wait a minute,
Ronda, I'm gonna go home and try that tonight and see what happens." He'll probably be like, "Yeah, you should probably go do some crunches."
That's so funny, guys. So
cute.
I just think when it comes to social media, I know from my recent relationship, it went south because of social media. And I just think the person got so caught up. You become so popular. Everyone loving you. You got so many women wanting you, and it just went south because you get caught up in that. I guess you're looking for something. Maybe he was always in a committed relationship, so now you have this freedom to date whoever, and you get all of this attention. Then you you love it. You love that. You lust. That it's a lust kind of thing. It goes back to lust. You know, it's not
That's
love.
exactly what it is.
It's lust. You don't love those women. You're lusting after that.
And vice
versa. Yeah. So it ties it all back together, and it's just like it's crazy when you think about social media, how it affects and it's a part of every conversation.
It becomes a major part of people's relationship.
Yep.
And
it becomes a huge part. It becomes a huge part. So it's almost like stay off of it.
Yep. Yeah.
Like or back to your couple, your friends, don't be friends with one another.
Yeah. You have to be